I'm back in London on the hunt for the best shawarma in the UK, and we've got two banging spots today. One of them is the most famous takeaway in London, the other a local family-run business, street food stall that's never been on social media. Can't wait for this one. So without further ado, this is Shawarma League match day 9. Let's go and find some elite scram. We're in Elephant and Castle for today's episode of Shawarma League, and aside from Morley's, there's an argument to say Lebanese Grill is the most famous takeaway in London, and we're at the original spot, which has a confusing setup, but there must be a reason why there's a line around the block, afternoon, evening and night. We're also hitting up a family-run shawarma street food stall, falafel lover Shawarma Kisser. Could this be the one to blow us away and mount a challenge at the top of the league? Let's go and get into it. Yes guys, back in southeast London, Elephant and Castle, and we've just hit up Lebanese Grill, otherwise known as Lebo. It's got to be one of the most famous takeaways in London. Once you like strip out Morley's and a couple of those places, this is a Hall of Fame Lebanese chicken spot, and yeah, I've hit it up straight away as soon as it's opened. There's already people there waiting outside ordering. It's a late night spot primarily. It's open till I think 2 o'clock in the morning. Bit of a strange setup. They've got the door barricaded off, and the inside of the shop where you would normally go in and stand is all blocked off, and you order from the outside. Something very strange happened with the pricing. I'm going to tell you about it at the end, but let's just get into having a look at the food, because it does look fire. I did some shots there at the guy grilling the chicken. So this is, you've got the boneless thighs. This is a famous one, the boneless thighs. There's the marinade. Thank you for doing this, man.
The chicken wings.
You have the lamb shawarma. They don't do chicken shawarma anymore, just lamb, he told me. So that's interesting, because usually if they do one or the other, it's usually chicken. But they're well known for their boneless chicken rice box. It comes with rice, salad, chips, boneless thighs, and all the sauces. And that's what I've got here. I'm going to start with this, then we're going to get into the lamb shawarma for the Shawarma League. But I had a little sneak peek at this. Oh. He was getting some lovely colour on the chicken. So we know we've definitely got cooked chicken this week in Elephant and Castle. We've got the chips, we've got the rice. It just looks banging. It's cooked on the coal, and it's got that lovely smoky flavour. A nice hit of spice to it. Oh man, I've just turned the chicken over. The skin looks orgasmic. This chicken must have had a really good credit score. The rice has a nice flavour to it. It just doesn't taste like super fresh. The rice is still good. I don't want that to come across like the rice isn't good. Chef's kiss for this one, because this is very good. Right, the lamb shawarma. Size. Nearly 2 phones. The lamb on the spit, I got a good shot of it. It looks sensational. Beautiful colour. You could tell it was a homemade shawarma. There's no way that was bought in. It had little gnarly, crispy bits popping off to the sides. And this spot, it's not really a shawarma spot. I mean, every video ever made of this spot on social media is the chicken, the boneless chicken, the chicken wings. So it's not really a shawarma spot. So I was surprised when I saw it that it looked so good. So I don't think anyone's ever got the shawarma there before. Right, let's dive in. No joke, it's really good. The flavour is primarily the sauce. The flavour's not primarily coming from the lamb. I've had lamb shawarmas that just hit you in the face with flavour. This ain't that. This is a saucy shawarma, nice crispy wrap, nice sauces, loads of crunch. It's filled full of pickles and loads of crunch coming from those pickles. Nice salad, red cabbage, kind of a classic salad, white onion. I love the crispy exterior of the wrap. The lamb's good. I'm not saying it's not good, but yeah, I've had lamb shawarmas with more pop, but it is good. It is really, really good. It's a great spot for me. The boneless chicken box was banging. I would get that regularly if I lived here. And for $8.99, you can't go wrong. The lamb shawarma, which is what we've got to do the rating on, because this is for the Shawarma League, it's match day 9. It just had really fresh flavours, but the star was the sauce, and the sauces aren't in-house. So if the star is the sauce, but the sauce is not in-house, that's something that maybe you need to look at. The lamb was very good, but I'm going to give that overall for taste a 7.9 out of 10. I think £7, £7.50 for the lamb shawarma is very good. I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. They're kind of taking orders whilst they're cooking. So 2 guys are cooking and they're also taking orders. A little bit of a funny setup, 2 separate menus. The prices are different on both sets of menus. And then he gave me the receipt. I turned the camera off because I thought, right, there's nothing else to film. He handed me the takeout and I thought, right, nothing else to film. Turned the camera off. And then he gave me the receipt because I asked for a receipt, and he gave me a £1 coin with the receipt. And I said, oh, what's the £1 coin for? And the other guy shouted, oh, he overcharged you. It wasn't the guy who gave me the £1 coin, he just walked off. And the other guy shouted, oh, he overcharged you, so we gave you a £1 back. And it's like, well, I wouldn't have got that £1 back if I hadn't asked for a receipt after you handed me the takeout. So I don't think that's good at all. I'm going to give that a 3.2 out of 10 for shop experience, because that's bad. So guys, that was Lebanese Grill Lebo here in South East London. Let's go and update the league table. Let's run the numbers. Let's go. This is the bottom half of the league, and Lebo Grill are in at 13th. Solid scores for value and taste, but that pretty poor experience impacted the overall score. Note, we've now updated Shawarma Hut's score from last week to reflect the strong consensus in the comments that they deserved a 0 and not a 1 for taste. As always, appreciate your feedback. Stay tuned for the second half and updates incoming to the top half of the league. Spot number 2, match day 9, and it's right behind me. You can see it there. We're just outside Elephant and Castle Station, and this is Falafel Lover Shawarma Kisser, which I think is a great name. Tiny, tiny little family-run business. They've just got a little chicken shawarma in there. I don't think I've seen them at all on social media, but I did some Googling and I was doing some research and it looked interesting. As I say, a tiny little spot. He'd just shaved off the chicken shawarma before I got there. He had a big pot of it and it looked delicious. It had a nice colour to it, and it's a popular student spot. They mainly just do a lunchtime. They're open till I think 6:30 each day, and yeah, this is it. Size wise, not the biggest at all. In fact, it's quite small. Definitely seen smaller, but £6.50 for the regular chicken. Bro, it's an absolute scorching day. Let's take a bite into this. Nice colour to the chicken. He put burger sauce in there as well as the garlic and the chilli. So I reckon that's something that's evolved. With it being a student spot, I don't know, maybe students were asking for it. It's certainly not authentic, but it's certainly interesting. I do like a bit of burger sauce, so let's give it a try. The chicken's nice. I don't think it's something they make fresh. I think they probably buy it in. It's got a familiar appearance and flavour to it, but he's cooked it well. It's juicy, it's got loads of pickles in. If I had this when I was a student, back when I was 18 in Edinburgh, this would have been the best thing I would have eaten in years. I think there's a little bit too much going on with the sauces. When I took a bite of the pickle and the burger sauce, it's like, yeah, that's a familiar flavour that I like. But I don't know if it goes with the garlic sauce. I think I'm just not used to it being in a shawarma. Right, let's give it some scores. Taste is good. Burger sauce, not sure about that. Not authentic. And I'm not someone to rave about authenticity all the time, because I'm actually not that interested in authenticity. If we were doing a pizza league, you know, a lot of people are saying, oh, you've got to be doing authentic shawarmas. Well, what about if we were doing a pizza league? Do I have to just eat Neapolitan pizza all day? Am I not allowed to eat New York, Chicago, Detroit? Do you know what I mean? I want to be trying different shawarmas. So authenticity is important, but for me, it's not that important. However, burger sauce I think is a little stretch too far. But the taste is good, it's fresh. I don't think anything's really particularly in-house, but it's well cooked. I'm going to give it a 7.4 out of 10. For the value, $6.50. It's not the cheapest, it's not the biggest. I'm going to give that a 6.6 out of 10 for value. For the shop itself, you know I love those little spots. Low key, tucked away, proper street food, family run business, unassuming, not being on social media much. Service was great, the guy was lovely and friendly. I'm going to give that an 8.1 out of 10. So guys, with those scores, let's go and run the numbers one last time. Cheers. So falafel lover Shawarma Kisser enters the league, replacing Lebanese Grill in 13th spot. They've already been bumped down a spot, and up in the top half of the table, Falafel and Shawarma are at the top of the league, closely followed by Shawarma Bros in second and Fostock in third. So guys, that's it. 2 interesting spots here in South East London today. I hope you enjoyed that one. We'll be back next week for match day 10. Until then, have a great day. Peace out. See you next time.